Hi friends, welcome to my channel Spiritual Swarnatri. This is Swarna here. Thanks a lot to all my subscribers for sharing, liking and subscribing. And if you're a new subscriber or a new person watching my channel, please watch my videos and like it and subscribe to my channel with the bell icon so that you can receive the updates. And thanks to all my subscribers for suggestions and comments, lovely comments, and it gives me immense pleasure and motivation to do more videos when you comment about my good work. And thanks a lot who are approaching me through WhatsApp. So for the good work they are appreciating. So today going to be another spiritual topic which I wanted to share with you all. So it is a topic on free will. This is a video which I wanted to make initial days of my YouTube channel, because this is something which is very important. We all should know what is free will. And somewhere now, as in this Kali Yuga or this time of Kali Yuga, where we are overriding the free will of others. So just wanted to put a little light on the concept of free will and how to deal with it, and how can you, there are some mistakes which you are doing it. So I'll be telling about those mistakes which we are not supposed to do to override this spiritual law of free will. So we need to understand that this universe is working with some kind of universal laws created by the divine. Okay, these spiritual laws are meant for to be followed by us, and if we don't follow it, the adverse effect of it also will be faced by us. So one such law is the law of free will. This is a spiritual law which divine framed it, and it is gifted to each spirit when they enter the earth realm. Okay, so what is this free will? We keep saying free will, but have we ever understood what is this free will? Have we ever followed it in our life? So today we are going to discuss little on this. Okay, so we all know that we cannot change 100% situations which we are facing in our environment. Even though how much ever we use law of attraction, there are some situations which are bound to happen for our benefit. Okay, I think we all will agree that 100% we cannot avoid any most of the situations. Some situations, even though you apply the law of attraction, are happening. Okay, but the reaction or the response to that situation is your choice. That is a karma which we are actually going to talk about. So this is a new word which I have said, but this karma is a very old philosophy in our Hindu mythology or Hindu Sanatana Dharma as such. So karma, we always say this was my karma, this was the thing. What is this karma? Karma is the relationship between cause and effect. So what is causing? What is the original action which has originated, and its effect, its over effect on the other side. Say karma, when somebody slaps you, that is the cause, and effect is that the same slap has to be given back. So same cause and effect are the sides of the same coin. So this is karma. So if not in this birth, next birth you have to face this actions and results of it. Once upon a time, it used to take lifetimes after lifetimes taking this karma. Okay, the cause and effect. The effect were, the timing of cause and effect were actually very wide. But now, as this spiritual ascension is happening for the earth from last decades, a few decades, this process is fastened, because everybody has to activate their light body and be spiritually awakened. So what's happening is, if you are creating a cause, definitely the effect of it is immediately shown on to you. Okay, and this is happening quite quickly. So in the same birth only, you are actually facing the effect also. Especially in my life, I have seen many people where the cause is happening, at the same time effect is also immediately happening to the person. Say for example, somebody said some bad words to a person, immediately the same thing is happening in their life. They are facing the pain of it. So this is happening quite quickly in this Kali Yuga. Okay, this is spiritual ascension time of the earth. Okay, so this free will is a choice which a spirit can make when a situation is happening with them. Okay, so there are two things which you can do when free will is there. A situation happens, you either can react to the situation or you can respond to the situation. Reaction is actually a quick action which is coming from your ego mind, which is manipulative and which is not seeing the facts with more awareness, and these reactions are basically based on that comfort zone. So anything you are reacting because you feel comfortable doing it, you are doing it, whether it is hurting the other person or it is spiritually making you fall, you are not thinking about that. So this is a reaction, you are doing it quickly. Okay, and it is also based on your survival instinct. So for example, somebody is saying something, so immediately you want to attack them back with the words or back with the action that you survive over the other person's cost. Okay, so somebody slaps you, you will not be waiting for him to slap on the other slap, you immediately give it back, right? So this is what the thing is, you have to, you're reacting to the situation. Response, what is response? Response is with your spiritual awareness. Okay, this spiritual awareness is built up over a period of time and it is stored in cellular memories called spiritual intelligence, which is called buddhi. Okay, it is a part of your soul. So this response is coming from that buddhi which is spiritually awakened and has awareness. This response is not from your ego mind and also it is not from your comfort zone. Even though your spirit is not feeling good at this point of time, you will respond from your heightened spiritual awareness. You will take a step back to understand why it is happening and you will pause a little to understand the whole scenario which is happening with you. Okay, this is a response. Okay, and it is also coming from your spirit's purity. See, let me give you an example which happened in India, just to take your attention to spiritual purity and how to do it from the spiritual awareness point of view. When there were some saints who were actually being who lost their lives during our curfew acts which were happening, and this saint actually left his body or left his life. That time the saint had a smile on his face. He was spiritually aware. If he wanted, he could have fought back with the police, or he could have actually operated from survival instinct. Okay, he could have gave them back and these two saints would have actually survived their life. But instead, because they were operating from spiritual awareness and spiritual purity, they let go of their life. This is not the new thing which we are doing it. Most of the spiritual leaders or spiritual ascended masters have this quality because they are operating from spiritual awareness. Say for example, Jesus Christ. Christ was also being crucified onto the cross, but he always operated from the spiritual awareness because his spirit was pure and was aware that what these people were doing wrong, but he didn't wanted to react. He could have given back them, he could have actually hit them back with all his spiritual strength. He could have done an adverse thing, but he did not do it. He actually allowed people to crucify him because they were less awakened, they were reacting to the things, they were not aware, but Jesus was aware. So this is the free will and with the response with the awareness. Okay, so we have to operate from the response thing. What if we cannot respond? It's sometimes that situations are so so fluctuating or so quickly changing that you are not getting time, or that instantly that response is not coming to you. But definitely you can be silent, right? When somebody is reacting, you can be silent, but silence is also a response. Silence is also a response, and it's also creating karma. Say for example, where you are supposed to talk and you have not spoken your word. When some people are actually harassing you, doing wrong things in front of you, and you are supposed to speak up and you have not spoken, that is also a karma for you. Okay, and that is also a response. Okay, when you are not spoken at the time when you are supposed to speak, that is also creating negative karma, and vice versa. Okay, so silence is also a response, but silence is better than reaction. So better to be silence and observe the things, why it is happening from the witness perspective. Okay, observer's perspective. Okay, any act when done, definitely the intention matters. Okay, that is the main thing. Okay, so free will means also that intention matters. So for example, I'll just tell you one more example of Bhakti Yoga, where Shabri offered the dates to the Lord Rama by tasting it. That was not a sin for Shabri, because even though it was out of her free will to do it, it is not a sin, because intention behind tasting the dates and giving to was with pure love. Okay, so this is also matters when free will is coming. The intention behind the action is also important. Okay, but if there is an intention to control, to overpower someone, to make them feel powerless, to make them suffer, something is going to create negative karma. Some people get into tantric practices for controlling others. That is also going to create negative karma for you. Okay, the intention behind any action is very important, which you are doing from the free will. Okay, that is going to create your the karma, or the causal effect, the effect of it, final effect of it. Okay, the results. If you operate from this awareness all the time, definitely a lot of your karma is going to get settled down. And when this karma gets settled, the more and more you do with this spiritual awareness, what happens is the more your karmic things will get settled down, and more you will move towards purity, the more you will move towards your divine source, the divinity inside you. Okay, now important part of the video, where I am saying that things you should not do to interfere in other person's free will. Number 1, never criticize anybody's character. Let this person be a prostitute or anybody, never criticize another soul. Okay, when you criticize the other soul, you have not seen the other soul's journey. You are actually saying bad about another divine fractal. Okay, you are not supposed to speak anything ill about others. Initially, when I started my journey, this was the few lessons which I learned, where I said, if you cannot talk good about somebody, please don't talk bad. You have to abstain from criticizing somebody. If somebody is doing some karma or some things, it is their awareness level which is there. So today I am making this video. Today my awareness level is this much, that I am sharing this knowledge, but tomorrow or next moment my awareness level is going to change. Same person doesn't remain the same all the time. They are changing. Their awareness is changing. So don't criticize anybody. Okay, everybody is walking their life path, their soul blueprint. So you're not supposed to interfere in their life. Okay, and whatever you are seeing in physical eyes about their life is also an illusion, because Maya, the illusion, is creating things like that for you to create karma. So always be in that spiritual awareness space where you can identify what's happening outside, and just be in an observant state. Never jump into the conclusions as such. Never make decisions for others. Second rule, whenever you are making decisions for others, what is happening? You are making the other person bypass his or her learnings from their own decision making. So for example, if somebody wants to marry somebody else, but you say that no, person is not good and the other person is good, so you're enforcing and suggesting and brainwashing and putting them into pressure to marry somebody else. What's happening? You are actually interfering in their karmic accounts. So probably that person had first karmic with some other person, so but you are bypassing it and you're telling them to not to marry and all that, and you are bypassing their karma. That karma is going to transfer to you. Okay, so never overindulge or get into the decision making of the other person. Okay, never overindulge or overthink about other person's life. Karma works very subtle level, even at thought level. So you are not supposed to think or overindulge in somebody's life. So somebody is having some issues and having trouble and want to do some like suicide or something, then definitely you have to tell them, calm them down, show them life, show them, give your spiritual intelligence and make them calm down, and definitely show them a way. But you are not supposed to overindulge in their decisions in their life, their karmic things which they are dealing with. You are not supposed to interfere in that. Okay, have spiritual boundaries. It's good to be a good friend, it's good to be a good family person, or brother or sister, or husband, wife, or parents, but it's always important that you have a spiritual boundaries. These boundaries even God cannot bypass. So who are we to bypass? And if you're doing that thing, definitely you are creating karma for yourself. And especially when you're dealing with spiritual people, never criticize spiritual people. Okay, I'm not telling about I'm not going to into details of what kind of spiritual person or what perspective you have about a spiritual person. But if you think that somebody is walking on a godly path, or somebody is going on a divine path, please don't criticize, because their awareness level is definitely a little higher than you. Okay, so when you criticize, definitely somewhere you are not walked their life. So how can you judge, or how can you indulge in their decision making and all? So stop doing that. Never take advantage of anybody's freeness. If somebody is talking to you freely and sharing their experiences, sharing their life, it doesn't mean that you have to overindulge into them. Always keep these boundaries. Okay, and never take advantage of the freeness. Okay, if some lady is telling their problems or something, never ever cross the boundaries, because you have not seen the life she has faced it, the life she has walked in. Okay, so always keep this boundary and never cross this freeness a person is giving to you. They are only sharing because they have so much pain in their heart. Okay, if you can ace with some of your healing abilities or something else, do that, but never take advantage of their freeness. Okay, that is going to create a karma for you and not allow you to spiritually ascend. Never do groupisms. So if you don't like a person, especially in the 3D reality, I have observed that if you don't like somebody, or you want to pull them down, your ego mind makes a group. The person makes a group with a group of people and tries to push the other spirit down by doing all the nonsense. Okay, so don't do that. Don't do groupism and pull somebody else spirit down. Okay, that is going to create negative karma for you. Don't talk ill by creating groups. Don't pull them down. Don't talk something bad about their character, making a group of people and telling them and pointing them. This is going to create all karma for you. Even though it may be satisfying at this level, at 3D level, your ego may be satisfied, your control mechanisms may be satisfied, but it is going to make you fall spiritually. Okay, so one more thing, when you're making groupism, there are a lot of people involved. You are making other people also do the decision as you are doing wrong, and you are making other people also do wrong. So their free will, you are actually manipulating it. So that is going to create a karma for you. Okay, so don't have boundaries. Understand, everybody must step back and understand from spiritual awareness what is that they have to actually do in their life. Okay, pause little and understand what's happening around, and operate always with spiritual intelligence. If you cannot respond, at least be silent. Otherwise, don't react to anything. Okay, that is the whole point. The moment you don't react, you will be falling into response situation where you will be started observing. And when you fall into silence thing, you are witnessing it. You are falling into from the observer point of view. Most of the spiritual people are supposed to fall into the observers or witness perspective. So when you are doing when your spiritual ascension is happening, this is also a symptom which you will observe when the spiritual people become very silent and they start observing things. They are doing the witness perspective or observing perspective. They are actually reacting from that point of view. So this is very important. Okay, always create free will to follow the God's will. Okay, so allow other people to follow their free will. You follow your free will. If you can help, please help other person with a pure intention, with a divine intelligence or spiritual intelligence. Okay, with this one quote which I generally like it, I am just going to share with you. Speak only when you feel that your words are better than your silence. I repeat, speak only when you feel that your words are better than your silence. Okay, so silence is always a better and indication for a sadhak, okay, a spiritual or a truth seeker. So follow this and observe your awareness level, and hope you understood what is free will and how to not to interfere into free will of the others, and what are points you need to keep in mind while doing this free will. Okay, hope you liked it. Please share and subscribe if you're a new person. Thank you very much.